Hello friends, welcome to KT Research Guidance Bureau. Myself, Dr. Kumudini R. Thakur, would like to say few words for the Bureau. This Bureau is very helpful to undergraduate, postgraduate and research students. Not only this, but those who are interested to clear NET, SLAT or any other competitive exams, this Bureau will provide complete guideline for that. So my humble request to you that please subscribe the channel, give your comments and favor for the Bureau. Today's session is designed for cash flow statement. In previous sessions, I gave you the idea about funds flow statement. Today, we will discuss cash flow statement with multiple choice questions. This session is the first session for cash flow statement. So, obviously, it will give you the basic idea and fundamentals about cash flow statement. So let's begin with the first question. What is the question? The cash flow statement includes cash made by business through operations, investment, financing and all above. Means in your cash flow statement, which items related to cash you have to cover, means operations, means day-to-day activities, investment activities, means if you have surplus money you can invest, and if you are in need of money you can withdraw your investment. And financing activities, it covers several activities. So obviously all transactions related to cash we have to cover under the head cash flow statement. So your answer now it is clear. All above means operational activities, investment activities and financing activities we have to cover. Next question is, the cash flow statement is typically broken into fill in the blank sessions. Means if you want to prepare cash flow statement, then how many heads you have to make? Means you have to broken into, first is 2 sections, second is 3 sections, C is 4 sections and D is 5 sections. I gave you the first example. In that example, indirectly, I gave you the answer for the second question. So it is easy to understand you. So your right answer is 3 sections. Which 3 sections we have to make? Operating activities, investing activities and financing activities. Now let's move to the third one. Why do you need cash flow statement? Means what is the importance, what is the need of cash flow statement? A is to observe firm's liquidity. B is to observe changes in assets. C to observe changes in liabilities. And D to observe changes in equity. Let's try to understand the example. Means cash flow statement is helpful. Indirectly, this question is about the importance or usage of cash flow statement. If you want to observe the liquidity of the company, you have to make a cash flow statement. Obviously, same way. If you want to see the changes in assets, means either asset comes in the business or goes out in the business, you have to prepare cash flow. Then for the liability, same way your liability increased or reduced, cash flow will give you the idea. And if there is any change in equity, you can see by cash flow statement. So your answer is very clear. A is for A and B. Obviously, it is helpful for A and B. B is B and C. Obviously, it is helpful for B and C also. Same is the case for C and D. Means it is helpful for all above activities. Next question. So your right answer is D, all above. Next question. Cash flow statement is also known as synonymous words for cash flow statement. Statement of changes in financial position on cash basis. See, when you prepare your financial reports, that is also financial report, but statement of changes in financial position, this is on cash basis. That is also cash flow statement. B is statement accounting for variation in cash. Obviously, it is also known by this way. C is both A and B. Obviously, you can consider A also and B also. So your right answer is C, both A and B. I hope you are able to understand. Next one is cash flow statement is very helpful. Why it is very helpful? Let's try to understand the options. A stands for to analyze cash position of the unit. Obviously, if you want to analyze cash position of any unit, any business, you have to make a cash flow statement. B is to evaluate liquidity position of the unit. In previous question, I explained you liquidity and liquidity position. For that, you have to prepare cash flow statement. C is for to do short-term cash planning of the unit. Obviously, if you want to do your cash planning for a short-term duration, cash flow is very helpful because you can analyze the situation and you can calculate deficit or excess cash, and as per that you can do your short-term planning. And to compare operations performance, obviously you can compare your performance. Now about the answer option A and B and C. Obviously, it is very helpful for A, B and C also. And C is A, B, C and D. And as I explained you, it is very helpful for all A, B, C, D. So if your right answer is C, then obviously D is not the answer. So your right answer is C. It is helpful to analyze cash position, to evaluate liquidity for short-term cash planning, and to compare operation performance. Next question is, what is the effect on cash flow statement when a company invests in tangible and intangible assets? You know, classification of assets. Tangible asset means you can see land, building, furniture. They come under the head of tangible assets. And intangible assets like goodwill, your patent and trademarks, they are intangible assets. So let's try to understand this option. A. Cash increases. What is your question? What is the effect on cash flow statement when company invest in this type of assets? Now understand this one. Cash increases. When you purchase the asset, that time cash goes from the business. So obviously, when you sell the asset, that time your cash increases. B is cash decreases. Obviously, when you purchase, that time cash decreases. C is no effect and D none of the above. As I explained you, now you can tick your answer very easily. That is B. Cash decreases. So when you purchase any of the asset, your cash reduces. Next question is, if a company issues equity and bonds to raise funds, that time the gross result in cash flow means either you issue equity or bond. That time what happens? A is cash increases, B cash decreases, C equity increases. Obviously, when you issue equity, your equity increases, liability increases. If you raise bond, that time liability also increases. But we are trying to understand this question for cash flow analysis. So if you issue equity or you increase your liability, that time cash also increases. So your right answer is A. Cash increases. These questions are about fundamentals of cash flow analysis. Now, let's try to understand with examples. What is the example? From the following information, calculate the amount of cash from operating activity. As I explained you that cash flow has three partitions. Among them, first one is operating activity, and this question is also related to operating activity. So you have to find out cash. Profit for the year 5 lakhs. Stock for the last year means March 31st, 2020, 1,50,000, and stock on March 31st, 21, 1,80,000. Now see, profit is 5 lakhs. Stock last year closing stock or this year opening stock was 1,50,000, and this year closing stock 1,80,000. So difference is for 30,000. In theory, I explained you, if your asset increases, your cash reduces. So 1,80,000 and 1,50,000. So your stock increased by 30,000 and your profit was 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs minus 30,000. Find out the answer. In A, rupees 2,70,000, B, 3,70,000, C, 4,70,000, and D, none of the above. I gave you enough time, so you can calculate very easily. Otherwise, see the calculation: profit 5 lakhs and stock increased by 30,000. So deduct that amount, 5 lakhs minus 30,000. So your right answer is 4 lakh 70,000. Find out in which alternative it is available. 4 lakh 70,000, it is in C. So your answer is C, 4 lakh 70,000. Example is very easy and about the fundamentals of cash flow statement, so that afterwards you can calculate cash flow in other sums. Next example: from the given information, determine the amount of cash from operating activities. In last example also, for from operating activities we calculated, and in this example also. Now, but the type of asset is different. In that one, it was stock, and this is bank overdraft. So, net profit during the year 2,40,000. Bank overdraft in 2020 1,92,000, and in 21 it was 1,28,000. Now in this case your liability reduces. Last year it was 1,92,000 and this year it is 1,28,000. So your liability reduced by 64,000. So obviously it indicates that you paid the liabilities. So profit was 2,40,000 and minus 64,000, the difference of liability. So your right answer is 1,76,000. That is in D. So answer is D, rupees 1,76,000. This example was also very easy to understand. Next one is little bit complicated. From the following particulars, find out cash flow from operating activities. I gave you this example for operating activities only. Why? First of all, clear operating activity. Then we will switch over to another activities, because there are three types of activities and all activities you have to learn step by step. Net profit for the year 21, 2,50,000. Company write-off patents of rupees 50,000 during the year. How many rupees patent you write off? 50,000 rupees. Now, when you write off the patent, that time your journal entry is P&L account debit to patent account. But so your profit reduces by 50,000, but there is no effect on cash. Means you are not paying single pie for that expense. So obviously your profit reduced by 50,000 and you want to find out cash flow from operating activities. So you have to add it. In A, it is 2 lakhs, B, 2,50,000, C is 3 lakhs, and D is none of the above. As I explained you the example, you can reply me correctly. What is your answer? 2,50,000 plus 50,000 equal to 3 lakhs. and the right answer is in C. So your answer is C, 3 lakhs rupees. C. In cash flow, simply apply your common sense and find out the effect of that transaction on cash and accordingly do plus minus. So if you followed fund flow analysis, then it is very easy to understand cash flow statement. That's why I explain you cash flow statement first, and now I am trying to explain you cash flow statement. Next example is little bit complicated. From the following particulars, find out cash flow from operating activities. Four items are given. First is net profit for the year 1,40,000. Goodwill on March 31st, 2020, 1 lakh. And goodwill on March 21, 76,000. And company sold out a machinery and got a loss of 4,000 during the year. C. Your profit was 1,40,000. Now check the transactions related to goodwill. In 20, your goodwill was 1 lakh, and next year it was 76,000. So in last example, you write off patent, and this example is also related to intangible assets, and your intangible assets reduced by 24,000. That time your journal entry is P&L account debit by 24,000 to goodwill account. And as I explained you that your net profit reduced by 24,000, but you have not paid single apply for that thing. So that you have to add. In another one, company sold out a machinery and got a loss of rupees 4,000 during the year. See, when company makes a loss, you debited your P&L account, right? But your profit reduced by that much loss, so you have to add it. Logic is very simple. Let's tally the answer. First, profit 1,40,000 plus goodwill 24,000 and loss of machinery 4,000. Do sum total of these three items. So your cash flow is 1,68,000. Now in ABCD, check in which one it is given. It is in C. So your right answer is C, rupees 1,68,000. Now this way analyze the transaction and try to understand the effect so that you can understand cash flow from operating activities. Okay, let's try to understand cash flow statement with a different example. From the following data, find out net impact on cash flow statement. Means what is the net impact on cash flow statement? Salary for the year 4 lakhs. Outstanding salary for the year 20 50,000 and outstanding salary for the year 21 1 lakh, right? So everything's are ready. Why? Because in previous sums I explained you everything, but this example is little bit different. So salary is 4 lakh. In this case, last year's salary was pending by 50,000 and you paid salary that 50,000 in this year. So you have to add it. And this year, your outstanding salary means still it is pending and that you will pay in next year, that you have to deduct. So, see, in your P&L account, you find out this year's salary, whether you paid or not. It is least concern. But in cash flow statement, you have to find out the effect on cash flow. So, what is the effect on cash flow? Last year's salary, it was pending, but you paid that amount in this year. So, obviously, that is your cash outflow, and this year still it is pending, means this salary you will pay in next year. So that is minus. So your right answer is in A, outflow 4 lakhs, B, outflow 5 lakhs 50,000, outflow 4 lakh 50,000 and outflow 3 lakh 50,000. So your answer is D, outflow 3 lakh 50,000. So apply your logic. For financial reports, your logic is different. And for cash flow statement, your logic is different. That you have to clear in your mind. Now let's try to understand with little bit more complicated example. Raja Limited gives the following information for investment and informs you to find out the net effect on cash flow statement. There are three transactions. First is investment, beginning of the year 7 lakhs, means last year end, or you can consider beginning of 21, and investment on 31st March 21 6 lakh, means your investment reduced. Investment reduced by 1 lakh rupee. And in additional information, it is given that during the year, company sold 50% of its investment being held in the beginning of the period at a profit of rupees 1 lakh 50,000. In the beginning of the year, your investment was 7 lakh. 50% of 7 lakh means 3 lakh 50,000. So 3 lakh 50,000 rupees investment you sold out. So you have to minus it and you enjoy a profit of rupees 1 lakh 50,000. So how to find out it? Let's try to understand. In one step you can find out, in two steps also you can find out. See, in beginning 7 lakh and sold out 3 lakh 50,000. So how many rupees investment remains in the business? 3 lakh 50,000. How it comes? 7 lakh minus 50%. 3 lakh 50,000 equal to 3 lakh 50,000. And in 21, your balance was 6 lakh. So 6 lakh minus 3 lakh 50,000. So the difference is 2 lakh 50,000. So that is the difference. And how many rupees you received after selling your investment? 3 lakh 50,000 is original amount and 1 lakh 50,000 is profit on that investment. So 3 lakh 50,000 plus 1 lakh 50,000 is equal to 5 lakhs. These 5 lakhs you received and the difference was 2 lakh 50,000. So your right answer is cash inflow 2 lakh 50,000. Again, I would like to explain you. Opening balance 7 lakhs, closing balance 6 lakh, and during the year 50% of the investment you sold out. So 50% of 7 lakh means 3 lakh 50,000. So your remaining amount of investment is 3 lakh 50,000. And in 21 your balance is 6 lakh. So difference of this balance and remaining is 2 lakh 50,000 and 3 lakh 50,000 rupees investment you sold out and you enjoyed 1 lakh 50,000 profit. So total 3 lakh 50,000 plus 1 lakh 50,000 means 5 lakhs rupees comes in the business, cash comes in, and the difference of this one is 2 lakh 50,000. So net cash inflow is 2 lakh 50,000 and your right answer is given in C. So answer is C, inflow 2 lakh 50,000. I hope you can understand the sums nicely. Next one is Atma Limited furnishes the related information to capital structure and informs you to determine the impact of transactions on cash flow. Equity share capital 9 lakhs, 12 lakhs means your equity share capital increased by 3 lakhs. Preference share capital 3 lakh, 1 lakh 80,000 means your preference shares you repaid by 1 lakh 20,000 means your cash goes from the business. Next one is 10% debentures 6 lakh 3 lakhs means you again repaid the debenture by 3 lakhs. Then share premium 90,000 and 1 lakh 20,000. So your share premium increased by 30,000 and dividend paid on shares. You paid the dividend, so your cash goes out 45,000 and interest on debentures 60,000. That also you paid means cash goes from the business. Okay, the example is easy when if you understand the example nicely. Okay. If orally you are unable to understand, then make a table. This way you can make a table. Equity share 9 lakh, 12 lakhs means your cash increases by 3 lakhs, preference shares 3 lakh and 1 lakh 80,000 means reduced minus by 1 lakh 20,000. Your debentures 6 lakh 3 lakhs so reduced by 3 lakhs. Premium 90,000 and 1 lakh 20,000 increased by 30,000. Dividend you paid means cash goes out. Interest you paid means cash goes from the business. Now find out the net impact. Plus 3 lakhs minus 1 lakh 20,000 minus 3 lakhs plus 30,000 minus 45,000 minus 60,000. So your net result is minus, means outflow. Now in ABCD, find out the right answer. That is in B. Cash outflow 1,95,000. So your answer is B. Cash outflow 1,95,000. I hope for capital structure your fundamentals are clear, and this way you can find out net inflow or outflow very easily. Okay, let's move to another question. Question is easy because this is the last question. And if your answer is right, you can enjoy that obviously I followed the session. From the following information, find out cash from operating activities. Profit for the year 2 lakhs. During the year, debtors increased 90,000 and company paid liabilities 50,000. It is easy to find out. Profit is 2 lakh. Your debtors increased and you paid debentures liability. Make a table. 2 lakh minus 90,000 minus 50,000. So net is 60,000. Their right answer is B, 60,000. I hope you followed the session, and this session is the first session, so it gives you the idea about the fundamentals of cash flow statement. My humble request to you that please subscribe the channel, give your comments and favor for the bureau. Thank you very much. So nice.